WrestleMania in SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. In SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, a planned Road to WrestleMania story featuring The Miz was scrapped by WWE. According to Justin Lieber, the script for The Miz's storyline, which included a rivalry with John Morrison and an appearance by Marty Jannetty, was fully developed before WWE intervened. The story was going to be unique, focusing on mid-card titles with The Miz as the US champion and Morrison as the Intercontinental champion. The climax was said to be a unification match at WrestleMania. However, WWE's decision to cancel the storyline meant that SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 featured only 5 Road to WrestleMania modes, one less than its predecessors. This incident highlights the control of WWE over game content, even at the advanced stages of development. The reason behind the cancellation remains speculative, but it points to WWE's meticulous planning and perhaps a change in direction for the game's narratives. The scrap Miz Road to WrestleMania mode is a reminder of the what-ifs in WWE gaming history. Number 7. Intergender wrestling. The transition of WWE to a PG rating had a significant ripple effect on its video game content, particularly concerning intergender wrestling. Starting with SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, WWE demanded the removal of intergender wrestling matches from their games, aligning with the company's broader shift towards family-friendly content. This decision marked a departure from earlier titles where intergender matches were a staple feature. The elimination of intergender wrestling from WWE games was a reflection of the changing landscape of the sport and entertainment industry, where sensitivity to gender portrayals and consent between different genders took precedence. This shift was not with its critics, and some fans and gamers saw it as a step back from the inclusivity and diversity that wrestling could offer. WWE's decision underscored their commitment to adapting their product to meeting evolving cultural norms and audience expectations. While it limited the scope of gameplay options, it also highlighted WWE's efforts to maintain a responsible and respected portrayal of its own male and female in line with its PG ethos. Number 8. Benoit content within SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. Following the tragic events involving Benoit in 2007, WWE took immediate and decisive action regarding his presence in SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. They demanded the complete removal of all content related to Benoit from the game. This directive was comprehensive, encompassing his moves, taunts, entrance motions, and any preference. The Benoit's content from the game was as part of WWE's broader effort to distance itself from the wrestler following the incident. It was a stark reminder of how real-life events can profoundly impact the world of entertainment and gaming. The elimination of the cross-face submission move, the signature of Benoit from the game altogether, was particularly notable. This action by WWE was a clear statement about the company's stance on the matter and its sensitivity to the implications of including Benoit in its product offerings. It was a decision rooted in respect for the victims and the gravity of the situation, reflecting WWE's commitment to ethical considerations beyond the ring and screen. And number 9, choking spots. Another significant change brought by WWE's PG era was the removal of choking spots using weapons in their video games. This directive was part of a broader policy banning moves that including choking with cables, ropes, or other objects in an effort to maintain a family-friendly image. The change was first implemented in SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 and marked a significant shift in the portrayal of in-ring action. The ban on choking spots was a response to growing concerns about the portrayal of violence and its impact on younger viewers. WWE's decision to remove these elements from their games was in line with their efforts to create a product that was suitable for all ages, reflecting a conscious move towards a more sanitized version of wrestling entertainment. There you have it, folks. 9 times WWE demanded content to be removed in WWE video.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is one of the most well-known and influential people in modern media. He was a successful and influential professional wrestler who went on to become one of the biggest movie stars of the last 20 years. He's also an enormously popular influencer on social media, with nearly 400 million followers on Instagram alone. And if he were to run for president, polls show that nearly half of Americans would consider voting for him. In short, Johnson is a ubiquitous figure in pop culture who is almost impossible to avoid. But there is a question about The Rock that simply can't be ignored. For years, rumors and speculation have swirled around him, and many people believe that at his age, his physique cannot be achieved or maintained naturally. With his brand increasingly being tied to his physique and his physique continuing to push boundaries year after year, the speculation only grows, and it shows no sign of stopping anytime soon. Before we delve too deeply into the rumors and speculation about Johnson, I think it's worth briefly going over how his physique has changed over the years, because because it's rather interesting. If you look back to the time before his professional wrestling career, when he was attempting to be a football player, you can see that he was a relatively big guy. It's not entirely surprising when you look at his father and his paternal grandfather, who were both large gentlemen. Johnson clearly has good genetics for size and athleticism. When he took up pro wrestling, he seemed to lose a little bit of his size, though. He also looked softer than he would in later years. Over the next half a decade or so, Johnson slowly and progressively leaned out, to the point that by the early 2000s he had some abs, as well as relatively noticeable definition in his shoulders and chest. 2001 was
promised to